Before fear speaks another word over your life this morning, before anxiety tells you what might go wrong, before yesterday's pain convinces you that today will bring more of the same, hear this truth deep within your spirit. God is already in this day, and you are not walking into it alone. The fear that followed you into the night does not have permission to control your morning. The worry that kept your mind restless does not have authority over your future. The God who carried you yesterday has not changed, and His presence is surrounding you right now. Maybe you woke up with questions you cannot answer. Maybe there is something ahead of you today that makes your heart uneasy. For financial burden, a family struggle, uncertainty about your future, a painful memory, a difficult decision, or a battle you have told almost no one about. But before you allow fear to write the story of this Thursday, the 13th of August, bring your heart before the one who already knows the ending. Psalm 27:1 declares, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" Let those words become stronger than every fearful thought. God is your light when you cannot see the next step. He is your salvation when circumstances feel impossible. He is the stronghold of your life when everything around you feels uncertain. Father, this morning we surrender every fear into your hands. We give you the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of sickness, the fear of losing what we love, the fear of not having enough, and the fear of what tomorrow may bring. Your word tells us in Isaiah 41:10, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee." So today we choose your presence over panic. We choose faith over fear. We choose your promises over the frightening possibilities created by our anxious minds. Lord, reach into every wounded place today. Bring healing where there has been pain. Bring restoration where something precious has been broken. Bring peace into homes filled with tension. Bring hope to the person who has secretly wondered whether life will ever become better. Restore exhausted hearts, strengthen tired minds, comfort those carrying grief, provide for those facing financial pressure, open doors that no human being can shut, and close every door that would lead your children away from your purpose. Psalm 34 reminds us that when we seek the Lord, He hears us and delivers us from our fears. Father, we seek you now, not only because we need answers, but because we need your presence. Quiet every storm raging inside us. Replace nervous thoughts with holy confidence. Replace discouragement with expectation. Replace weakness with supernatural strength. Jesus said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you." Let that peace cover every person praying right now. May it enter the places anxiety has occupied for too long. May it guard every heart and mind. May someone listening realize that the situation may not have changed yet, but they do not have to face it with the same fear anymore. Today, we will not allow fear to determine our decisions. We will not allow yesterday's disappointments to steal today's opportunities. We will not shrink back from what God has placed before us. Even when we cannot see the whole road, we will take the next step with faith because the shepherd is walking ahead of us. Psalm the 23rd of December declares, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." Notice that the valley is something we walk through. It is not our permanent home. Whatever valley you are facing this morning, keep walking. God has not abandoned you there. His hand is still upon you. His goodness is still following you. His mercy is still covering you. So breathe deeply and remember who goes before you today. You are entering Thursday, the 13th of August, under the care of Almighty God. You may encounter challenges, but you will also encounter grace. You may face uncertainty, but you will not face it without God. You may have moments when fear tries to return, but when it does, remind your soul, the Lord is with me. The Lord will strengthen me. The Lord will guide me. I will trust him today. Father, as I step into this new morning, I come before you carrying every fear, every anxious thought, every hidden worry, and every burden that has been weighing heavily on my heart. Before I allow the noise of this world to enter my mind, before I think about everything that needs to be done, before I begin worrying about what could happen today, I choose to place it all into your hands. Lord, know the fears I speak about, and you also know the ones I keep hidden. You know the thoughts that visit me when everything becomes quiet. You know the uncertainty I sometimes carry about my future, my family, my finances, my health, my responsibilities, and the situations that remain beyond my control. Today I refuse to carry these burdens alone. Your word says in 1 Peter 5-7, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Father, I hold tightly to that promise this morning. I cast my cares upon you because you care for me. I surrender the things I understand and the things I cannot understand. I surrender the problems I can solve and the situations that are completely outside my ability. I surrender every question that does not yet have an answer. Instead of allowing fear to control my thoughts, I choose to trust the one who already knows what this day contains. Lord, whenever anxiety whispers, "What if everything goes wrong?" remind me that you are already there. When fear tells me that I will not have enough strength, remind me that your grace is sufficient. When uncertainty tells me that I am walking into something impossible, remind me that nothing is impossible with you. Psalm 55-22 says, cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Sustain me today, Father. Hold me when I feel weak. Strengthen me when my courage begins to fade. Quiet my heart when circumstances become overwhelming. I surrender my fear of failure. I surrender my fear of rejection. I surrender my fear of disappointment. I surrender my fear of losing something precious. I surrender every fear connected to tomorrow and every painful memory connected to yesterday. I will not allow something that has not happened to steal the peace you have given me today. Father, heal the places where fear was born from previous pain. If disappointment taught me to expect the worst, restore my expectation of your goodness. If betrayal made me afraid to trust again, bring healing into my heart. If failure made me question my future, remind me that one difficult chapter does not determine the entire story you are writing. Your word declares in Psalm 56-3, what time I am afraid I will trust in thee. That is my declaration today. Fear may knock on the door of my mind, but faith will answer. Anxiety may attempt to rise, but prayer will rise higher. Circumstances may look uncertain, but your character remains unchanged. You are still faithful. You are still good. You are still my refuge, my strength, my provider, my healer, and my defender. So before this day moves any further, I place everything before you. Every appointment, every conversation, every decision, every responsibility, every relationship, every financial concern, every unanswered prayer, and every unknown moment ahead. Go before me, Lord. Direct my steps according to your wisdom. Guard my mind against thoughts that produce unnecessary fear. Fill the places anxiety once occupied with your perfect peace. Let courage begin to rise within me as I remember that I am never entering any situation without your presence. And when fear attempts to tell me that I must carry everything myself, remind my heart that you are already carrying what I have surrendered, that your hands are stronger than mine. Your wisdom is greater than mine. Your vision reaches farther than mine, and your presence is surrounding every step I take today. Father, this morning I choose to declare your truth louder than every voice of fear trying to speak over my life. Your word says in Psalm 27:1, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Let these words become more than something I simply read. Let them become the foundation upon which I stand today. When fear tells me to expect the worst, remind me that you are my light. When uncertainty makes the road ahead seem dark, remind me that your presence is already illuminating the path before me. When I feel vulnerable, remind me that you are the strength of my life. Lord, I choose faith over fear today. I may not know everything that will happen, but I know the one who holds this day in his hands. I may not understand every situation surrounding me, but I know your wisdom is greater than my understanding. I may not see how certain problems will be resolved, but I believe you are already working in places my eyes cannot see. My confidence will not come from having perfect circumstances. My confidence will come from knowing that you are with me. When frightening thoughts enter my mind, teach me to answer them with your promises. When fear says, "You cannot handle this," remind me that Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me." When fear says, "You are alone," remind me of your promise that you will never leave me nor forsake me. When fear says, "There is no way forward," remind me that you can make a way where there appears to be no way. Father, strengthen the person praying with me who has been afraid to move forward. Perhaps disappointment has made them hesitant. Perhaps rejection has damaged their confidence. Perhaps they tried before and failed, and now fear keeps reminding them of what happened. Lord, restore their courage. Heal the wounds beneath their fear. Let them understand that yesterday's failure does not cancel tomorrow's purpose. What did not work before does not mean you have finished writing their story. Psalm 118:6 declares, "The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?" Plant that confidence deep within my spirit. I will not spend this day controlled by people's opinions. I will not live afraid of rejection, criticism, opposition, or misunderstanding. Give me the courage to obey you, even when others do not understand the direction you have given me. Lord, when circumstances become difficult today, help me remember that courage does not mean I never feel fear. Courage means I continue trusting you even when fear tries to rise. Faith means taking another step when I cannot see the entire staircase. Faith means believing your character when circumstances seem confusing. Faith means saying, "God is still good, even while I am waiting for the answer." Let Psalm 27 become the declaration of my morning. You are my light, therefore darkness cannot control me. You are my salvation, therefore hopelessness cannot own me. You are the strength of my life, therefore weakness will not have the final word. When unexpected news comes, steady my heart. When difficult conversations arise, give me wisdom. When doors appear closed, keep me from becoming discouraged. When delays test my patience, remind me that waiting does not mean you have forgotten me. Fill my heart with holy courage. Let my thoughts become anchored in your promises rather than controlled by possibilities. Let my words reflect faith instead of panic. Let my decisions come from wisdom instead of fear. Let my steps reveal that I truly believe. You are walking beside me, going before me, protecting what concerns me, strengthening what has become weak, restoring what has been wounded, and leading me forward even when I cannot yet see where the road will turn. Because my confidence is not in what I see around me, but in the God who remains faithful through every season, every battle, every uncertainty, and every moment that waits for me today. Father, as I move into this day, I choose to trust your presence, even when the future feels uncertain, even when I cannot see what is waiting around the next corner. Even when questions remain unanswered and situations seem beyond my understanding. You already know every moment I will encounter today. Nothing will surprise you. No unexpected conversation, no sudden change, no closed door, no delay, no challenge, and no difficult circumstance can catch you unprepared. Before I arrived at this morning, you were already here. And before I step into tomorrow, you are already there. This truth gives my heart courage because my future is not entering unknown territory to you. Your word declares in Isaiah 41:10, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God." Father, let that promise settle deeply within my spirit. You did not promise that I would always understand what is happening, but you promised your presence. You did not say that every road would be easy, but you promised to strengthen me. You did not say that I would never walk through difficult seasons, but you promised that I would never walk through them alone. Sometimes, Lord, uncertainty makes my imagination create problems that have not even happened. My mind travels into tomorrow and begins fighting battles that may never come. I worry about outcomes I cannot control. I wonder whether things will work out, whether doors will open, whether provision will come, whether healing will happen, whether relationships will be restored, and whether the prayers I have been praying will finally receive an answer. But today I bring those questions back to you. I refuse to sacrifice today's peace because I am afraid of tomorrow. Proverbs 3-5-6 tells me to trust in you with all my heart and not lean on my own understanding. So when my understanding fails, I will still trust you. When the path does not make sense, I will still follow you. When your timing feels slower than I expected, I will still believe you are working. When I cannot see evidence of change, I will remember that your work is not limited to what my eyes can recognize. Further, there may be someone praying right now who feels overwhelmed because their future seems uncertain. Perhaps they are waiting for an answer that could change everything. Perhaps they are facing financial pressure and do not know where provision will come from. Perhaps they are worried about their family, their work, their dreams, or a relationship that seems fragile. Wrap that person in your peace. Remind them that uncertainty does not mean abandonment. Silence the voice telling them that the worst is inevitable. Psalm 46:1 declares, "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." You are not distant from our struggles. You are present. You are here in this moment. You are here in the waiting. You are here in the confusion. You are here when tears fall and no one else sees them. You are here when the heart becomes tired from carrying questions without answers. Lord, help me stop demanding to see the entire journey before I take the next faithful step. Give me enough courage for today. Give me wisdom for the decision directly in front of me. Give me patience when the answer has not arrived. Give me discernment when several paths appear possible. If a door is not meant for me, give me peace when it closes. If a season requires waiting, keep me from running ahead of your timing. If you are leading me somewhere unfamiliar, help me follow without allowing fear to pull me backward. I place my unknown future into your known hands. I surrender every tomorrow that I have been trying to control, every outcome I have been trying to predict, every question I have been desperately trying to answer, trusting that the same God who protected me through yesterday is present with me today and is already preparing the road ahead, guiding every step, arranging what I cannot arrange, opening what needs to open, closing what needs to close, strengthening my faith as I continue walking forward with my eyes fixed on you. Father, this morning I ask you to fill me with courage for every challenge waiting before me today. There may be situations I would rather avoid, conversations I am nervous to have, responsibilities that feel heavier than my strength, decisions that require wisdom, and moments when fear will tempt me to step backward instead of moving forward. But Lord, I do not want fear to determine the direction of my life. I do not want anxiety to make decisions that faith should be making. Give me courage that comes from knowing you are beside me. Courage that remains steady even when circumstances around me are uncertain. Your word declares in Joshua 1-9, "Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." Father, let this promise follow me throughout this day. Wherever I go, you go with me. When I enter a difficult room, you are there. When I face a challenging conversation, you are there. When I receive unexpected news, you are there. When I must make an important decision, you are there. I never have to face a single moment without your presence. Lord, give me courage when my feelings tell me to retreat. Give me courage when previous failures remind me of what went wrong before. Give me courage when people doubt me or when circumstances make progress seem impossible. Help me understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing obedience and faith while fear is trying to convince me to stop. David stood before Goliath, not because the giant was small, but because David knew his God was greater. Let that same confidence rise within me. Instead of measuring my challenges against my own strength, teach me to measure them against your power. Instead of saying, "This problem is too big for me," let my spirit declare, "My God is greater than this problem." Instead of asking whether I am strong enough, remind me that your strength is made perfect in weakness. Father, someone praying right now may be facing something that requires extraordinary courage. They may need courage to begin again after failure, courage to forgive after being wounded, courage to walk away from something harmful, courage to pursue an opportunity they feel unqualified for, courage to remain faithful while waiting for an answer, courage to believe for healing when they have been discouraged, courage to trust you after experiencing disappointment. Strengthen that heart today. Restore what fear has weakened. Heal the places where painful experiences destroyed confidence. Remove the belief that because something went wrong before, it must go wrong again. Yesterday's pain does not have authority over today's possibilities. Psalm 31-24 says, "Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord." Strengthen my heart, Father. When my courage becomes weak, remind me where my hope belongs. My hope is not in perfect circumstances. My hope is not in human approval. My hope is not in having every answer. My hope is in you. Let courage influence the way I speak today. Keep me from speaking defeat over myself before the battle even begins. Let courage influence my decisions. Keep me from rejecting opportunities simply because they require faith. Let courage influence my prayers. Help me pray boldly instead of expecting disappointment. When fear says, "Stay where it feels safe," help me listen for your voice saying, "Follow me." When anxiety says, "You cannot do this," remind me that I do not have to do anything without your strength. When discouragement says, "Give up," remind me how many times your grace has already carried me. I will face this day knowing that the God who strengthened David, guided Joshua, protected Daniel, delivered the children of Israel, and gave courage to countless believers before me, is still the same God today. And your presence is strengthening me to take the next step, confront what needs to be confronted, endure what must be endured, believe when circumstances look impossible, and continue walking forward with faith, rising higher than every voice of fear that tries to control my heart. Father, this morning I open my heart to receive the peace that only Jesus can give. There are moments when my mind becomes crowded with worries, when thoughts race faster than I can control them, when uncertainty creates tension within me, and when fear tries to convince me that something terrible is waiting ahead. But today, Lord, I refuse to allow anxiety to become the ruler of my heart. I turn my attention toward you, because your presence is greater than every storm happening around me and every storm happening within me. Jesus, you said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you." I receive that promise today. The peace you give is different from the temporary peace this world offers. The world gives peace when circumstances are comfortable, when plans are working, when money is sufficient, when relationships are stable, and when everything seems predictable. But your peace can remain even when circumstances are uncertain. Your peace can hold me steady while I am waiting. Your peace can calm my heart before the answer arrives. Father, let your peace enter every place where fear has been living. Let it enter the thoughts that have kept me awake at night. Let it enter the questions I cannot answer. Let it enter the memories that still cause pain. Let it enter the financial concerns, family struggles, health worries, difficult decisions, and hidden burdens I have been carrying. Where anxiety has created confusion, bring clarity. Where fear has created tension, bring rest. Where disappointment has created hopelessness, restore expectation. Your word declares in Philippians 4:6-7 that instead of being anxious, we should bring everything to you in prayer, and your peace, which surpasses understanding, will guard our hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. So I bring everything to you now. I bring you what I cannot fix. I bring you what I cannot control. I bring you what I cannot predict. I bring you the situations I have replayed in my mind again and again, searching for answers that only you can provide. Guard my heart today, Lord. Do not allow fear to enter and take possession of the places that belong to your peace. Guard my mind when negative thoughts begin multiplying. Help me recognize when I am imagining the worst, instead of trusting your goodness. Teach me to interrupt anxious thoughts with prayer and replace fearful expectations with your promises. Psalm 4:8 declares, "I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety." Thank you for being my security. My safety is ultimately not found in my ability to control everything around me. My security is found in belonging to you. Father, bring peace to the person praying who feels emotionally exhausted. Perhaps they have spent days worrying about something they cannot change. Perhaps they smile around others while carrying a storm inside. Perhaps nobody knows how overwhelmed they have become. Meet them right now with your gentle presence. Let the tension begin to loosen. Let their breathing become calmer. Let their thoughts become quieter as they remember that they are held by a faithful God. When unexpected situations arise today, remind me to pause before panic takes control. Teach me to pray before reacting. When someone says something that troubles me, guard my response. When plans suddenly change, keep frustration from stealing my peace. When answers are delayed, give me patience. When I cannot understand what you are doing, give me enough faith to rest without understanding everything. Isaiah 26:3 says that you keep in perfect peace the one whose mind is stayed on you, because they trust in you. Keep my mind fixed on you today. When my attention drifts toward fear, bring it back to your faithfulness. When my thoughts move too far into tomorrow, bring me back to the grace available in this moment. Let your peace become stronger than the noise around me, deeper than the uncertainty before me, and more powerful than every anxious thought trying to enter my heart. As I continue walking through this day, knowing that Jesus is with me, your promises surround me, your hand is guiding me, and your perfect peace is guarding every place I surrender completely into your care. Father, this morning I bring before you every wounded, weary, and broken place in my life. You see what others cannot see. You know the pain hidden behind my smile, the disappointments I rarely speak about, the memories that still hurt when they return, and the places within my heart that I have tried to ignore because facing them feels too difficult. Nothing is hidden from you, Lord. You know every tear that has fallen, every prayer whispered in weakness, every moment when I wondered how much longer I could continue carrying what was hurting me. Today, I ask you to bring your healing presence into every one of those places. Your word declares in Psalm 147:3, He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. Father, I hold on to this promise. You do not turn away from broken hearts. You draw near to them. You do not look at our wounds with disappointment. You touch them with compassion. So touch my heart today. Heal what fear has damaged. Heal what rejection has wounded. Heal what betrayal has broken. Heal what loss has left empty. Heal the places where disappointment caused me to stop expecting anything good. Lord, restore what has been weakened through long seasons of struggle. Restore my joy where worry has drained it. Restore my confidence where failure has shaken it. Restore my hope where unanswered prayers have made me discouraged. Restore my peace where anxiety has created constant tension. Restore my strength where carrying responsibilities has left me exhausted. Psalm 34:18 says, The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. Come close to every person praying right now who feels broken. Some wounds may be fresh, while others have been carried quietly for years. Some may be grieving someone they deeply loved. Some may be recovering from words that damaged their confidence. Some may have experienced rejection from people they trusted. Some may be fighting private battles while everyone around them assumes they are fine. Father, meet them in that hidden place. Remind them that their pain has not made them invisible to you. Let your presence reach where human words cannot reach. Bring comfort that cannot be explained. Bring peace where confusion has remained. Bring strength where emotional exhaustion has taken over. Lord, I also ask for healing over my body. You created every part of me, and nothing about me is beyond your knowledge. Where there is weakness, bring strength. Where there is discomfort, bring relief. Where there is sickness, surround me with your mercy and guide me toward the care, wisdom, and help I need. Give strength to those whose bodies are tired, and hope to those who have been waiting for improvement. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Renew my strength today, Father. I may have entered this morning feeling tired, but I do not want exhaustion to define the rest of my day. Renew my mind, renew my spirit, renew my desire to keep moving forward. Where relationships have been damaged, bring restoration according to your wisdom. Where misunderstandings have created distance, bring clarity. Where forgiveness is needed, soften hearts. Where boundaries are necessary, give discernment. Where something cannot return to what it once was, give me peace to accept your direction and courage to continue forward. Do not allow yesterday's wounds to become today's identity. I am more than what happened to me. I am more than the rejection I experienced, more than the mistake I made, more than the disappointment I endured, and more than the season that nearly broke me. My story is still in your hands. Take every broken piece I place before you and begin creating something beautiful through your grace. Turn pain into wisdom, weakness into dependence upon you, disappointment into deeper faith, and tears into testimony. Let healing reach the deepest places of my heart as your presence continues restoring what fear tried to destroy, rebuilding what hardship weakened, renewing what exhaustion drained, and awakening hope inside me again as I trust your loving hands with every wounded part of my life. Father, this morning I choose to believe that you are working even in the situations where I cannot yet see progress. There are prayers I have prayed repeatedly, doors I have waited to see open, changes I have hoped would come, and circumstances that still look exactly the same. Sometimes the waiting becomes difficult because my eyes search for evidence that something is happening, and when I cannot see it, fear tries to convince me that you have forgotten me. But today I reject that lie. Your silence does not mean your absence. A delay does not mean denial. The fact that I cannot see your hand moving does not mean you are not working behind the scenes. Your word declares in Romans 8:28 that all things work together for good to those who love you and are called according to your purpose. Father, help me trust that promise when the pieces of my life do not seem to fit together. I may see confusion, but you see the complete picture. I may see a closed door, but you may be protecting me from something I cannot see. I may see a delay, but you may be preparing circumstances, people, opportunities, and even my own heart for what comes next. Lord, give me faith while I wait. It is easy to praise when the answer has arrived, but teach me to praise while the answer is still on the way. It is easy to trust when the road is clear, but teach me to trust when I can only see the next step. Keep me from allowing impatience to push me outside your timing. Protect me from forcing doors you have not opened or chasing things you never intended for me. Psalm 37:5 says, "Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." So I commit my way to you. I surrender my plans, my expectations, and my preferred timing. I admit that sometimes I want answers immediately because uncertainty makes me uncomfortable. But you see what I cannot see. You know what must happen before the blessing arrives. You know what needs to change within me before I am ready to carry what I have been asking for. Further, strengthen the person praying who has almost stopped believing because they have waited so long. Maybe they have prayed for restoration in their family. Maybe they have been waiting for financial breakthrough. Maybe they have been asking for direction concerning their future. Maybe they are waiting for an opportunity, an answer, a reconciliation, or a new beginning. Their heart has grown tired because nothing appears to be changing. Remind them that seeds grow beneath the soil before anything becomes visible above the ground. Much can be happening in hidden places before evidence appears. In the same way, you can be arranging circumstances we cannot observe, preparing hearts we cannot control, and opening pathways we do not yet know exist. Your word says in Isaiah 55:8-9 that your thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and your ways higher than our ways. When your process does not match my expectations, help me trust your wisdom rather than becoming discouraged. If today brings another delay, I will still trust you. If I receive an answer different from what I expected, give me faith to believe your wisdom is greater than my preference. If a door closes, help me resist the temptation to believe everything is falling apart. Perhaps you are redirecting me towards something better, aligned with your purpose. Teach me to recognize your work in small things. Sometimes I look for dramatic miracles while overlooking daily mercies. Thank you for the strength to rise this morning. Thank you for another opportunity to pray. Thank you for protection I never saw, dangers I never knew about, and prayers you answered in ways I did not recognize. I will continue believing while I wait, praying while I wait, growing while I wait, and trusting while I wait. Because my confidence is not based only on visible evidence, but on your unchanging character, knowing that even now you may be arranging what I cannot arrange, preparing what I cannot prepare, protecting me from what I cannot see, strengthening my faith through every delay, and quietly moving pieces into place according to your perfect wisdom and timing. Father, this morning I make a decision that my past will not control my present. I refuse to allow yesterday's failures, disappointments, painful memories, missed opportunities, or wrong decisions to determine how I walk through today. There are moments from my past that fear keeps trying to replay in my mind, reminding me of what went wrong, what I lost, what I should have done differently, and what I wish I could change. But Lord, I cannot return to yesterday. I can only place it into your hands and trust you with the life that is still before me. Your word declares in Isaiah 43:18-19, Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Father, help me believe that you can still do something new in my life. My previous disappointment does not mean my future will end in disappointment. A door that closed before does not mean every door will remain closed. A relationship that failed does not mean love, kindness, and meaningful connection are no longer possible. A mistake I made does not mean I have lost every opportunity to walk in wisdom. Lord, heal the places where the past has created fear about the future. If I failed before, fear may tell me not to try again. If I trusted someone and was hurt, fear may tell me never to trust again. If I experienced rejection, fear may convince me that everyone will reject me. If I prayed for something and did not receive the answer I expected, Disappointment may tempt me to stop praying boldly, but today I refuse to let old wounds become predictions about new seasons. Philippians 3:13-14 reminds me to forget those things which are behind and reach forward toward what is ahead. Give me courage to reach forward, Father. Sometimes moving forward requires releasing what I have been holding for too long. Help me release regret. Help me release resentment. Help me release the need to understand why everything happened the way it did. Help me release conversations I continue replaying and situations I keep trying to rewrite inside my mind. Where I genuinely made mistakes, give me wisdom to learn from them without living under constant condemnation. Let correction produce growth instead of shame. Let yesterday teach me without imprisoning me. Show me where I need to change, mature, apologize, forgive, or make better decisions. But never allow the enemy to convince me that because I made a mistake, my entire future has been destroyed. Psalm 103:12 says, "As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us." Thank you for mercy that gives me room to begin again. Thank you that my worst moment does not have to become my permanent identity. Thank you that your grace is greater than my failures and your restoration reaches deeper than my regret. Father, strengthen anyone praying with me who secretly feels trapped by something from their past. Maybe they are ashamed of a decision they made. Maybe someone wounded them deeply, and they still carry the emotional scars. Maybe they lost something precious and cannot imagine rebuilding. Remind them that healing does not erase what happened, but it can remove the power that yesterday holds over today. Give me courage to make today's decisions based on your wisdom rather than yesterday's fear. If you place a new opportunity before me, keep me from rejecting it simply because something similar failed before. If you bring trustworthy people into my life, help me discern wisely without assuming everyone will repeat another person's betrayal. If you call me to begin again, give me strength to take that first step. I surrender the version of my future that fear created from my past, and I choose instead to believe that your mercy is new this morning. Your grace is available for this moment. Your wisdom can guide my next decision, and your hands are still writing a story that is larger than everything behind me, as I keep reaching forward toward the healing, restoration, purpose, courage, and new beginnings you are placing before me. Father, as I walk into this day, I choose to move forward with confidence because I know that I am not walking alone. There may be valleys ahead of me, moments when the road feels uncertain, situations that test my faith, and circumstances that make me wonder how I will continue. But I will not allow fear to convince me that the valley is the end of my story. Your word reminds me that valleys are places we walk through, not places where we are meant to remain forever. Even when I cannot see the way out, you are already guiding me toward the other side. Psalm 23:4 declares, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." Father, let those words become the declaration of my heart today. I will fear no evil because you are with me. My confidence is not based on the absence of difficulty. My confidence comes from your presence in the middle of difficulty. I do not need every problem to disappear before I can have peace. I need to remember that my shepherd is beside me. Lord, guide every step I take today. When I am uncertain about which direction to choose, give me wisdom. When several opportunities appear before me, help me recognize the one that aligns with your will. when something looks attractive, but would lead me away from your purpose. Give me discernment to walk away. When the right road seems difficult, give me courage to continue. Protect me from dangers I can see and dangers I cannot see. Protect my mind from fear, my heart from bitterness, my decisions from confusion, and my steps from unnecessary trouble. Psalm 121 declares that my help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. You watch over my going out and my coming in. Let that promise settle my heart whenever I begin wondering whether I am safe in your hands. Father, I also trust you for provision. You know every need before I speak it. You know the responsibilities waiting for me, the bills that must be paid, the people who depend upon me, and the resources I need to fulfill what you have placed in my hands. Philippians 4:19 says, "But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus." Keep me from allowing financial fear to steal my peace. Give me wisdom to manage what I have, patience when I must wait, and faith to believe that you can provide through ways I have not considered. For the person praying who feels trapped in a valley right now, remind them that darkness does not mean you have disappeared. A shadow can only exist where there is light, and even in their darkest season, your presence remains near. If they are walking through grief, strengthen them. If they are walking through financial pressure, provide wisdom and opportunities. If they are walking through loneliness, comfort them. If they are walking through uncertainty, guide them one step at a time. Your word says in Psalm 32:8, "I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go." Father, I depend upon that guidance. I do not want to move simply because I am impatient. I do not want to remain still simply because I am afraid. Teach me when to move and when to wait. Teach me when to speak and when to remain silent. Teach me when to hold on and when to release. Let your goodness and mercy follow me throughout this day. When circumstances tempt me to believe I have been forgotten, remind me of all the ways you have already carried me. When the road becomes difficult, keep my eyes on the shepherd rather than the valley. When fear points toward everything that could go wrong, let faith remind me of everything you are able to do. I will keep walking because you are guiding me. Keep trusting because you are faithful. Keep believing because your promises remain true. Knowing that every valley has a path through it, every uncertain step can be directed by your wisdom. Every need can be placed before your provision, and every moment ahead can be faced with courage, because your presence goes before me. Your protection surrounds me, your goodness follows me, and your hand continues leading me toward everything you have prepared along the road ahead. Father, as I continue into this Thursday, the 13th of August, I make a declaration over my heart, my mind, my home, my family, my decisions, and every step I will take today. Fear will not control this day. Anxiety will not determine my direction. Worry will not steal the peace you have given me. Discouragement will not silence my faith. Today will be governed by courage, hope, trust, and the awareness of your presence. Whatever comes before me, I will remember that I do not face it alone. Your word declares in 2 Timothy 1-7, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Father, let that truth become alive within me. When fear tries to enter my thoughts, remind me that it does not come from you. You have given me power to continue, love to guide the way I respond, and a sound mind to make decisions without being controlled by panic. Let my thoughts become steady today. Let my emotions come under the authority of your truth. Let my reactions reflect confidence in you. I declare that fear of failure will not stop me from trying. Fear of rejection will not stop me from walking through doors you open. Fear of people's opinions will not keep me from obeying your direction. Fear of tomorrow will not steal today's joy. Fear created by yesterday's pain will not prevent me from believing that something beautiful can still happen. Psalm 118:24 declares, "This is the day which the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." This day is a gift from you, Father, and I refuse to hand it over to fear. I will notice your goodness. I will recognize your mercy. I will be grateful for small blessings instead of allowing one difficult circumstance to make me forget everything you have already done. Give me courage when challenges arise. If something unexpected happens, keep my heart from immediately imagining the worst. If plans change, help me trust that you are still in control. If someone disappoints me, keep bitterness from entering my heart. If I make a mistake, give me humility to correct it without condemning myself. If I face resistance, give me wisdom to know whether I should keep moving forward or allow you to redirect me. Father, fill this day with hope. Romans 15:13 calls you the God of hope, and I ask you to fill me with joy and peace as I trust in you. Restore hope in every area where disappointment has weakened my expectations. Where I stopped believing change was possible, awaken faith again. Where I accepted defeat because I became tired of waiting, breathe new courage into my spirit. Let your presence accompany me into every conversation. Go with me into my workplace, my responsibilities, my travels, my decisions, and the quiet moments when nobody else is around. Guard my words so I do not speak fear over my own future. Keep me from repeatedly saying that everything will go wrong. Instead, teach me to speak with wisdom and faith, remembering that my circumstances can change while your character never changes. Lord, bless my family and everyone connected to me. Cover them with your protection. Give them peace where they are worried, strength where they are tired, healing where they are hurting, and wisdom where they need direction. Let our homes become places where faith is stronger than fear and prayer is stronger than panic. Psalm 91 reminds me that the one who dwells in the secret place of the Most High abides under the shadow of the Almighty. Today I choose to dwell near you. I choose to make your presence my refuge instead of making worry my hiding place. I choose prayer before panic, faith before fear, and trust before anxious conclusions. When this day tests me, remind me of this declaration. I belong to you, my life is in your hands, my future is under your care. I will walk with courage when fear tells me to retreat, hold on to hope when circumstances tell me to give up, remain peaceful when anxiety tries to rise, and continue trusting when I cannot see what you are doing, because you are still leading, still protecting, still providing, still restoring, still strengthening, still opening the right doors, still directing my steps, and still filling this Thursday with opportunities for my faith to become stronger than every fear that tries to control me.